What's your business here?
Holy? It's a hole. You know that, right?
Watch your tongue, boy. Or should I cut it out?
Ease up, okay? He doesn't know the rules. Let's start again. What do you want here? Answer or leave?
I want to come inside.
Let in a stranger? Don't make me laugh.
You should advise, nothing more. You're a stranger. Why should we let you in? Do you know what awaits you in here? No easy life. We're Morcons. Our life is hard. Work is our way.
Work and pain.
What kind of work?
Anything that needs to be done.
I'm not afraid of hard work.
Easy to say, harder to prove. Understand this. If you enter and we don't like what you do, you will not leave.
I'll be careful.
Good. You may pass.
Do you really intend to let him pass? What is wrong with you?
That's not your decision to make.
Bring him to Khan. He should decide.
Good idea. You stay beside me, got it? Follow me. I'm not taking you to Khan. I only said that to shut Murad up. I'm Dimitri, by the way. Now listen, if you really want to stay here, there's a few things you should know.
Such as?
Such as it's a fucking bad idea for you to run around on your own down here. If someone doesn't tell you the rules, then you will get in serious trouble. So that's what I'm gonna do. Khan can wait. Come on then. See that big passageway up ahead, one level below us? Behind it is Ravok's cathedral and the blood cistern. Only the higher-ups are allowed to pay homage there to Ravok and his eternal oblivion. You shouldn't even try to get to the cathedral. If you want in, you'll have to join us, or make one hell of an impression on Khan. Let's move on. Still lots to see. We're just about to enter the War District. That's where we poachers have our cages for bringing new recruits into Morcon society. You joined up voluntarily. Otherwise, you'd probably be in there with the prisoners. Besides the cages, there's also the arena. You can see that later. Watch out for the guards. Not all of them are happy to let you go from one district to another. So just watch yourself, okay?
You'd have put me in a cage if I hadn't come here voluntarily?
We need new blood, and you look like a good prospect. So yeah, that might have happened. I used to work at the cages myself, so come on, I'll show you where I used to work. As a non-Morcon, this must seem strange to you.
Yeah, a little.
If we lose a worker, then that endangers the balance. So we have to keep our numbers up to help us survive. We get these new recruits, teach them all about our way of life, and make them into new Morcons. It's a good life here in the grotto, better than anything outside. So our recruits are safer here, and soon forget about their old lives. But I've said too much.
What do you mean there's nothing?
I can't change that. You should know better than anyone that Ghosta puts a price on everything.
That's why I sent you to him.
He never makes exceptions, not even for me. You think he even cares if the prisoners live or die? Maybe he's right. Why should you care what happens to them?
Forgotten what's at stake, have you?
Then ask the distributor.
I did. No luck.
Then I can't help you either. Just keep my name out of this in the future, you hear?
May oblivion find you. It's not often that strangers visit the cages. Do yourself a favor. Come back later, huh? Maybe you haven't noticed, but I'm a little busy here.
You really abduct people and put them into cages?
It's not as bad as it sounds, honest. Lots of the people we bring here don't get that we're just trying to save them, but they all see the truth eventually. Trust me, it's kept us going for over 100 years. We survived the impact. We survived decades of isolation and wars. We'll survive whatever these strange towers mean. You'll see. The path of the Morcons is the only true path.
Can I fight in the arena too?
Even though you're not a Morcon, you mean? It's very unusual. But the arena master is just over there. We can go ask him. Even if they say yes, do me a favor and don't do it now. We haven't got the time. If you get killed in the arena, I'll have to explain it to Khan somehow. I'll wait here for you.
Look at this. I don't believe it. An outsider in our grotto? I don't know about that. It's true, is it not? The world out there really has lost its reason. I bet you've come a long way.
What are you doing here?
It's my job to test anyone who wants to leave the grotto.
Test?
Most of them have never been to the surface, not like you have. Gotta make sure they're ready for the dangers out there. That's what the arena's for.
And they fight there against your prisoners?
What? No. The prisoners are all to be new followers of Ravak. We use creatures in the arena. Anyone who beats them gets to leave the grotto.
And if they fail?
Then they stay here, where it's safer for them. That's assuming the creatures don't kill them, of course. Which is what happens most of the time. So what are you doing here?
Dmitri told me about the arena.
He should be keeping watch, not telling damn stories. It's me who decides who fights in the arena. You don't need your skills tested, though. You came from outside. You already know the dangers. So, why should I let you fight?
Is there a prize?
If you want to win shards, then this isn't the place for you. The arena isn't for entertainment. If that's what you're looking for, go find Ghosta in the cellar. He also cares nothing for honor or glory.
So in the arena you can't win anything?
You win experience and respect. Also, you can keep the possessions of the fallen. We waste nothing here. But we have no fights happening right now. Not enough creatures. Venya's people usually catch the beasts. But they must be having problems since they haven't brought us any new ones. Come back later if you want to know more. Dmitri must be waiting for you. And I hate to leave the gate unguarded. May Ravak be with you.
There you are. Can we move on?
Let's move on.
Sure thing. Finally, we get to the heart of the grotto. The residential district is a holy place for many of us. A place of tranquility, contemplation, and drinking. We don't relax often, but when we do, it's in the cellar with Ghosta. Besides the residential district, there's also the quartermaster's district and trader's district. Who knows how Khan will react to you? Take this opportunity to buy a few things. You might not get another chance. I suggest you talk to Tengus. He might allow you to trade here. Then your journey won't have been for nothing.
You really all live down here?
You get used to it, and it's safe. But watch out for the tunnels at the back. They're old and in danger of collapsing.
I wouldn't have thought you'd have a bar here.
You mean the cellar? Yeah, as long as the goddamn resistors don't try to get it closed down. It's a good place, and its owner, Ghosta, is a useful man to know.
So where's your quartermasters?
Are you blind? Just over there.
May Oblivion find you, stranger. I see you've traveled a great distance to be here. What do you want? My approval?
All I want is to be able to trade.
And why should I let you do that? An outsider, a non-believer. You won't get anything here without my say-so. Not a job, not a crumb of bread.
No exceptions?
You're an uninvited guest in our home. You'll have to give me a reason to help you.
Maybe there's something I can do for you.
You do something for me? I am the master of steel. Whatever I want, I have made. And anything I lose, I can have found.
Guess I better be going then.
Wait. Are you a man of war?
Of course.
I thought so. Now listen. Until you've been given permission to stay, you will not be allowed to trade, and you will not waste any more of my time. We'll see if circumstances change. Now leave.
How did things go with Tengus? Did you get your trading permit?
Nope, not yet.
Thought not. If everything goes well with Khan, you'll have enough time later to convince him.
Let's keep moving.
Don't worry. I'll convince Khan to let you stay. Let's go and see him then. Stay close to me. One more thing you need to know. You don't speak unless Khan speaks to you. Understand?
You got it.
What are you doing here, Dmitri? You'd better have a good reason for leaving your post.
I need to talk to Khan.
But the Great Khan doesn't want to talk to you.
This stranger is asking for refuge.
Interesting.
Murat and I both think he'd make a good Morcon. We've lost a lot of people recently. We need good new replacements.
And he came here voluntarily, you say?
Yes.
That's unusual. Khan will consider your request. The stranger can stay here until Khan has made his decision. He should return tomorrow and await Khan's judgment.
You get all that?
Yeah. Why didn't he tell me that himself?
It's the rules. As a Morcon, I'm superior to you, and also responsible for you. It's a privilege to speak with the voice of Khan, and an even bigger one when Khan addresses you personally. So, you heard him. Any more questions?
Why doesn't Khan speak himself?
Khan is a resistor, and he takes his devotion to oblivion, to the void. I guess you'd say nothingness? Very seriously. He holds his tongue as a sign of his absolute devotion to the silence of Ravak.
Sounds a little over the top.
You think that's over the top? There have been followers of Ravak who have taken their own lives to be one with the void. To die is to rejoin the purity of the oblivion.
Does that mean you all want to die?
Of course not. Just realize that no one is expected to devote themselves to Ravak as much as Khan does. All that is expected of an ordinary Morcon is that they honor the balance. Speaking little or seeking the peace of death is honorable, but we're still people with free will. But if you want people here to respect you, you have to prove you also champion the will of Ravak. Oh, and don't forget to check in with Khan once in a while. If you really can't wait, you can pass the time in the cellar. Or just sleep.
I'm busy already.
Good. Then I can leave you alone with a clear conscience. Murat's probably complaining already. I better get back. You'll find me at the gate if you need me. See ya.
What do you want? We don't let your kind in here. Pay or get out.
I need more shards. Don't like outsiders, huh?
Makes no difference to me where you're from. We're all worthless in the eyes of Ravak.
So what do you want?
What I want? Blood or sweat.
What?
That's what you can pay me in. So, which is it gonna be?
Sweat? You mean work, right?
Clever boy.
And the other option? The blood?
Yours. In a duel. With me. So, what's it gonna be?
The way he looks, you probably better take the work.
Oh, your companion is wise. You should listen to her. The most important thing is that you act on your words. If I like what you do, you may both enter. What is your decision?
Sweat. I'll work.
We'll have to clear rubble from the tunnels.
Where are the tools for me to do that?
Right there on the end of your wrists. Just shift the little pieces. Bigger ones are someone else's problem. Don't let me see you again till you've finished.
About the rubble.
What about it?
I've cleared all the rubble.
Have you now?
Are you taking this stuff or not?
What I look like, a fucking garbage dump? Throw it into one of the rubble heaps. Use the one in the living quarters. No one there's gonna complain.
All done.
Yeah, not bad for a non-Morcon. Suppose you're expecting some kind of reward now.
Only the one that we agreed to.
You'll get what's coming to you. Don't worry. You will always be welcome here. Costa will serve you right away. May oblivion find you.
That'll teach you to talk back to me. Well, look what we have here. Just in time for our little party. Looks like this one's finished. But I'm not, so what do you think? Want to take his place?
I see you haven't changed.
Can't say the same about you, idiot. Still wasting your life in that shithole?
Not anymore. A lot's happened since then. What are you doing here anyway? Thought you were with the outlaws.
Used to be. I'm done with those assholes. Berserkers are in charge at the fort now. To hell with that. Then there's Baxter up at the crater. Fucker wanted me to work my way up from the bottom. You believe that? My own people. Figure I might as well hang out with the crazies here.
Looks like you got a good thing going.
Hey, they're a bunch of violent psychos. Of course they love me. You know how it is. We both know how to land on our feet. Still hanging out with that little tramp?
Look who's talking.
Heard you two had a kid.
Yeah, it's been, interesting.
Yeah, that's one word for it, I guess.
Whatever. None of my business.
What about your brother? Still in touch with him?
Logan? Screw him. Ever since the Berserkers kicked him off the throne, he's just another asshole. Hangs around the coast these days. Still acting like he's a duke, though. Murder, robbery, the huge. Who cares? I have other plans.
Like what?
The Morcons might be crazy, but at least they get right to it. Something needs doing, they get it done. No fucking around.
Sounds like the perfect match.
Not the smartest bunch, though. Could be taking over the world, but they'd rather hide down here. You ask me, they should have climbed out of this hole a long time ago. It's like they're scared shitless of everyone out there.
What do you mean?
What they need is an emissary. Someone to tell the other factions how it's gonna be.
Since when do you care about other people?
I used to care about you, didn't I, asshole? Or have you forgotten already? Anyway, things have changed. It's a whole new game.
What kind of game?
You been out there lately? There's giant towers all over the place. War, plagues, all kinds of shit. Of course, the Morcons have no idea what's going on. The odd vandal comes back from a raid with a scrap of information. It's not enough. We have to start talking to the other factions. Either that or we get slaughtered.
I need people I can trust. I could really use someone like you.
Are you kidding me?
I'm listening.
Renegades and anyone willing to fight the invaders in their towers are gathering at the Bastion of Caracas.
Yeah, I heard. Why do you think I was telling you my plans? But first, you'd have to do something for me.
What?
I help you with your crazy plan. You help me with mine.
Careful, Jax.
Uh-huh. And just how much trouble am I getting into?
No big deal. Just the other factions... well, they kinda have issues with me.
Wow. Really?
See what I mean? I need someone who knows how these assholes think. Someone who can get me in the door with them and have my back if things go south.
Okay, then. I help you with your diplomatic mission. You join the fight at the Bastion.
Ugh, I don't believe this.
Deal. And you can keep that mouth of yours shut. That's part of the deal, too.
We'll see about that.
Okay, let's see what group of freaks you've put together at the Bastion. I bet it's a big old bunch of losers, drunks, and deadbeats.
You'll fit right in.
Guess I'll be seeing you. And quit staring at my ass!
Ugh, you suck.
I'm going for a smoke.
You can do that later.
I want to smoke now, so spare me your advice. Hang on. You look familiar. That deadpan expression. Ah, you must be Jax.
Have we met?
Don't think so.
How do you know who I am, then?
Heard all about you, is all. You led some shit with the Alps, right? And then just disappeared.
That's an interesting interpretation.
We all got our baggage. You and I are alike in that. Hadn't expected to see you in this shithole. Want something from me? If not, I'm lighting up.
You're not from around here, are you?
Nah, I lived in the crater for a long time. Worked for one of Baxter's bootlickers. A bounty hunter, if you're interested. I was a fucking mutt on a leash. Whatever was going, I took it. Ah, but that was another life. I ain't proud of it.
Why didn't you find another job?
Paid too well. Shards don't grow on trees, you know? Also, I was pretty good at it.
How'd you end up here?
Was finishing up a contract. Had to put a bullet in some poor sap's skull. Just pull the trigger and job done. Didn't realize the poachers were after my target too. I was so focused on the hapless sod, I didn't notice them. Of course, they wanted to know who got to their prey first. I was stuffed. There were too many of them. It was either dig my own grave or be taken here.
Changing sides wasn't difficult for you then, huh?
Nope, not particularly. I ain't any better anywhere else. The Berserkers hate anyone who's eaten from Baxter's palm. And I ain't heard shit from the clerics in a long time. And the Alps sure as shit ain't an option. At least here there's clear rules, clear structure.
You've never wanted to go back?
If I so much as put my little toe in the crater, that'd be that. But if you're going there, you could take something for me. Don't worry, it ain't much, and I'll pay you for it.
I'm heading to the crater soon. I'll take your package.
Good to hear it. I'll get it together by tomorrow.
You, come here and state your purpose.
Who's asking?
Arrogant wretch. Who do you think you are? I know you don't belong here. I can smell an outsider from 3 tunnels away. Tell me, what is the general situation beyond the grotto's gates?
Magellan's under assault from an advanced alien race.
Yes, we've seen the Dark Towers. The intruders will be dealt with when the time comes. You're Jax, right? The outsider I've heard so much about. The former Alp commander who ended the war between the Free People and the Alps. Oof, you have quite a reputation there.
Knowing all that, I'm surprised you'll even tolerate me being here.
Oh, you're not the powerful leader of the Free People you once were. Your word carries little weight now. But perhaps there's still a use for you. I didn't get this far by discarding all but the most effective tools. I see immense destructive potential in you, just waiting to be unleashed. Maybe you can give me a glimpse of what you're truly capable of.
You're a Morcom patriarch?
Victor is the only name I go by. Grandiose titles are like bad prostitutes. Use them once, and you're stuck with something unpleasant for life. This world is a festering cesspit. We weren't put here to make a mark in the filth. Our role is only to ensure that the eternal silence returns. Never forget that.
Did you know some Morcons slaughtered the Berserkers at the World Heart to the west?
Oh, did they now? I assume that's Dragon and his band of infidels. Forget him. He's an unbeliever who puts material wealth above all else. The worthless scum that follow him only do so as long as they're paid. One day he'll wake up with a knife in his back. And no one here will be surprised or particularly bothered. I strongly suggest you adopt the same attitude towards him.
I know who you mean. He's not a problem anymore.
We came from nothing, and so we must return to nothing.
You're preparing for a large-scale conflict, right?
We have a sacred mission to fulfill. All our efforts must be focused on improving our military capabilities. We have no place for those too weak, too indecisive to embrace our vision. The Tormentors will see to that.
What does this sacred mission entail?
Alb and outlaw scum to the north, berserkers and clerics to the west. All festering sores on our world, pestilent growths that plague our existence. Plagues must be eradicated. They must not be allowed to spread. That is Ravok's will, and so it is our responsibility to see it enacted.
You're talking about open warfare.
Of course, but all we need is improved military strength. We will achieve our goal. Failing Ravok is not an option. At this time, a large-scale offensive would be unwise. But if we're patient, the newcomers to the Battle of Magellan will do their part. Let the foreign interlopers run riot for now, and we will deal with whatever is left.
How will you deal with the aliens?
The Dark Towers that descended upon Caracas are a sign. The time of deliverance is close at hand. Ravok will guide us. Patience is our most powerful weapon. Soon the heretics will atone for their sins. And don't forget, in the beginning there was darkness, oblivion, balance. We came from nothing, and so we must return 2-0. This we do in Ravok's name.
You better have a good reason for interrupting my prayer.
Who are you?
This is what you're interrupting me for? I demand respect from everyone, including you. Just remember this. I am the mistress of the Blood Shrine, witness to Ravok's mercy. You live or die at my command. You will be judged before me. Never forget that. But since you've already interrupted me, you might as well tell me again why you're here.
Tell me more about the Blood Shrine.
It is where we atone for our transgressions. Should you commit a crime, you will pay a worldly penalty first. Then come here to cleanse your body of sin. To do this, you must sacrifice your blood to Ravok. Only by doing this will you be absolved. Now enough of your questions. I must return to my prayer.
Hey there.
Sorry, I have things to do. The cages won't inspect themselves. Nothing worse than the beasts getting out as soon as we've penned them in.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you for real? I just told you, I don't have time. What is it with people thinking they're entitled to a conversation? The name's Venya. I'm in charge of the beasts here.
Beasts?
You're not the quickest, are you? If you want to know more, talk to Attila. Drown him in questions for all I care. He hasn't got anything better to do anyway. Now, if you'll excuse me.
You look after the prisoners?
I just make sure they stay alive. They're no good to us dead. Wish everyone else realized that too.
You mean the poachers?
What? No, idiot, I'm a poacher. I mean the resistors. It's us poachers, we're the reasonable ones. We know that death has to wait as long as there's these threats to deal with. But the resistors, if we let them loose, there won't be anyone left to protect us. If we stop them completely, we'll die a slow death. Now you see why we have to take prisoners?
Because you need more people?
Because we need more believers. Trust me, sooner or later, everyone converts. Now, time to inspect the cages. What the hell? Another 3 dead prisoners!
I thought they were just sleeping.
Like you were, you mean? Find the cart and get rid of the bodies. Can't leave them lying around for the rats to find. Move! Idiot. The guards, the resistors, all useless fools. What about you, huh? You just gonna stand there?
So what should I do?
I've had it with being the only one who cares about the prisoners. If you take them prisoner, then you have to look after them, right? And the rest of these are already starved halfway to death. And a corpse is no good for serving the will of Ravok. So someone needs to help me feed him.
Fine. What do I have to do?
I warn you now, this won't be easy. It's expensive, keeping the prisoners fed. Seek out more cons who are prepared to donate shards to you.
I can do that.
Not so fast. Ravok blessed us with stubbornness, see? A single donation is not enough. They have to donate regularly. Best not to expect too much. Especially from those goddamn resistors. If you need anything else, just ask. Otherwise, get out there and start doing Ravok's work. Meet me here later, or find me in the grotto.
Starving the prisoners.
You have no idea how few shits I give about that accusation. It's a disgrace we let those heretics into our kingdom. Now get lost.
I'm collecting shards for Alexei.
Why are you doing that? I know Alexei. He's not the begging type.
They're to buy food with, for the prisoners.
Ah, now I understand. He can have some of my shards. It's not much, but I hope it helps.
Thanks. You got a minute?
Heretics. It's always the same with you. Stick to us like shit on boots.
Takes a lot of effort to scrape you off.
That's your answer?
You still here? Listen, if you've got something to say, then let's hear it. But I'll still be telling you to disappear afterwards.
You're quite the diplomat.
You've got a smart mouth that I'll happily help keep shut for you. And just so you know, I'm in charge of keeping things running smoothly around here. You don't like that? Then you best avoid me.
What do you think of the prisoners?
Undecided. Why?
You know about the food rationing?
Yeah, but that's just natural selection, ain't it? The strongest beat out the weakest, so nobody is a strain on the community. Seems fair enough to me.
Alexei needs Elexit so we can give the prisoners more food.
He's one of those bleeding heart poachers who wants to convert the prisoners. Throw them all in the blood cistern, that's what I say. No need to spend shards on food that way, see?
Okay, forget it.
Hey, do you have a few shards to spare for me?
What do you need them for?
Just thirsty, is all. Got dust in my lungs.
Here, take these.
Thanks. That's good of you. Now the day looks a little less bleak.
So, you made it past Betulga, huh? Welcome to the cellar, where only the alcohol counts. Here, this one's on the house.
Thanks.
If you want anything else, just holler. I don't serve piss here. Just the finest hooch from the hands of our dead enemies.
Is everyone treated so well here?
Of course! The best wares bring the best customers, as I always say. Not every innkeeper can say that with a straight face. Nobody here keeps a tab.
So, the guy at the door was an exception, right?
How so?
He was asking for shards.
Is that right? I'll deal with that right away.
I heard that before.
You selling to my customers?
No,
Looks like Betulga's getting sloppy. Best remind him of his duties and introduce you to each other. You know the rule, no shards, no cellar.
I'll be sorted soon. Promise.
You'll be a bloody pulp soon. Get out of here, you fucking parasite. I don't believe it. That damn beggar's back.
Care less.
I hate beggars. Those lowlifes have no business in my cellar. What have I got to be upset about? You want to buy something?
How did you come to have an inn?
The cellar ain't just any old inn. But how I came by it is a long story. Could give you the shortened version if you're really interested.
I'm all ears.
Okay. Well, I inherited the cellar from my father, Ravak bless his soul. Back then, he was a thorn in the resistors' side. When the dispute between the poachers and the resistors worsened, there was a change of thinking.
In what way?
Let's just say alcohol is good for more than just wrecking your liver. It can take the edge off pain.
So what?
Well, pain features pretty heavily in the resistors' punishments. Haven't you heard of the blood cistern and the tormentors? If not, then lucky for you. Not every Morcon who claims to serve Ravak can cope with torture without something to lessen the agony. The resistors know that. That's why they turn a blind eye to booze. Don't practice what you preach, as the saying goes, I think. And all of this so the poachers don't go to the barricades.
I see. Then what?
Well, rowdy drunks are just as dangerous as a couple of troublemakers. So I devised a clever system to keep some order. Latulga.
Isn't that bad for business?
Not at all. Latulga makes sure that only those with deep pockets are welcome in the cellar. Alexid has a nasty habit of disappearing out of the pockets of those who don't know how to defend themselves. The system works for me. Yeah, some scum slips through here and there, but Tulga is always happy to take out the trash.
The prisoners need better care.
What's that got to do with me? They're Alexi's responsibility.
I'm collecting the Elexid he needs to keep them alive.
Joke's on you, then. You're wasting your breath. I've got nothing to give you, goods or shards. I'd stop doing his dirty work if I were you. Gets on people's nerves.
I need information.
Ah, then you've come to the right place. The only small problem is that talking gives me such a dry mouth. Of course, I'd love to just help myself to a drink, but I wouldn't be able to stay in business if I did. Know what I mean?
You want payment.
To the point, huh? Then, yes, some small remuneration is required. Gotta make a living after all, and times are hard. Cheer up, though. First one's for free.
How can I earn a few shards?
You're looking at your answer.
I'm not sure I'm cut out for bar work.
Not what I had in mind. I know a fighter when I see one. So how about taking part in my little contests? All you need is guts and some shards for your wager.
And this is all legal, right?
Legal? Of course, absolutely. Just a harmless way to let off some steam. And nobody needs to know if a few shards change hands, do they?
Who's fighting in the contests?
Nice try. Wager first.
What? I need to bet before I know my opponent?
Yeah, of course. Where's the excitement otherwise? Soon as I see your stake, I'll tell you a bit about your opponent. Just tell me when you're ready.
I'm ready to fight.
That's what I'm talking about. How many shards you gonna wager?
That should be enough.
Not blowing my socks off, but not bad. Your first opponent's Dixon. Former outlaw. A lucky catch, if you ask me. Knows a thing or two about manhunting. Broke his arm, though, and we didn't have any quack salvers, so it healed badly. Doubt it'll give you much trouble.
Where can I find Dixon?
If he ain't just outside, he'll be in the war district. Just head up the steps towards the arena. You can't miss it.
Stop, outsider. The Great Khan will speak with you.
Finally.
Khan will inform you whether you'll be tolerated here. Go and talk to him. May Ravak accompany you on your path.
I was told you wish to stay with us.
That a problem?
We'll see. Everyone here contributes to the balance. You must work like everybody else. We don't tolerate parasites. Show that you will act in our interest. Contribute.
What do you want me to do?
My overseers will instruct you. Enough talking. Duty calls. May Ravak watch over you.
You heard the Great Khan. Report to Tengus and Zarina. They will give you work.
About your package.
Ah, you're just in time, my man. Here you go.
Where did you get them?
Do you have any idea what I went through to make up that bunch? Called in all sorts of favors, even gave away some damn cigarettes. Caracas ain't a Don, after all. It was a minor miracle I even managed to pull together a bouquet. Can you guess who the lucky recipient is?
A woman.
A remarkable powers of deduction, Detective Dumbass. My wife, in fact. It's shit, but I can't go anywhere near the crater. Baxter's guys would be on me in a flash. So, I need a willing delivery man.
Sure, I'll do it.
A capable guy like you will find this easier than rolling a cigarette.
What's your wife's name?
Sophie. You'll find her to the north of the crater city. Thanks, man. This means a lot to me. I won't forget it.
Give me more information on where I can find your wife.
Okay, it's not difficult. The crater city has northern and southern entrances, right? Take the northern one. The one that doesn't go to Ignadon. You'll find her there. Stay a ways outside of the city walls.
Alexei needs donations for the prisoners.
What do the resistors make of that?
Nothing at all.
Don't know why I bother asking. So, how much are we talking?
He needs a regular inflow of shards. 1 or 2 just isn't enough.
I can spare a few. Know full well what those poor bastards are going through, after all. But I don't want the resistors to come down on me like a ton of bricks, either. But a few shards is better than none, right?
Good. Just as long as you give something.
You have my word, my friend.
All right. I'll hold you to it. Ghosta sent me.
Oh, great. Not the best time for a duel.
Why not?
'Cause my arm's busted. A break don't heal overnight.
Are you copping out?
No, I was just hoping Ghost'd send me someone who don't know his ass from his elbow. Look, no dirty tricks, okay? Won't be your biggest fan if I can't smoke and wipe my ass after this.
At the same time. Any other wishes?
Guess not. Say when you're ready.
Let's fight.
Wanna fight? I'll give you one. Now that wasn't exactly a fair fight, was it? Think I'll take a break from getting beaten up for a while. Enjoy my shards. Don't forget to give Ghosta his cut.